your building structure, call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM. The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Good morning, and God bless you. We are having a wonderful day here at KNLY 91.1 The Boss. I'm your host of today's entrepreneur, Orlando Daniels, and I pray that you've had not only a fruitful night rest, but you're ready to take on all that God has in store for you and yours on today. I'm excited about today's guest because this young lady here is just so unique and offer just a vast array of just so much. She does a lot. And so we were actually sitting here and trying to figure out how we can get all her things in. But I want to introduce you to Janaki Mayhill of Bhakti Light. And she's not just yoga. She is life coach. She's so many things. So introduce yourself, Ms. Janaki.
Hello, I am Janaki with Bhakti Light. I am a yoga igniter and a truth translator. I'm a soul coach. Actually, one of my friends coined the phrase for life coaching. Okay. And what I do with that is when I speak with someone, it's a one-on-one session, and we speak directly through our hearts. Okay. And when we speak directly through our hearts, our heart has our truth, and we can slow down. Mm-hmm. And feel our heart. And that's exactly how my yoga is as well. Okay. Taught directly through my heart space. And that's why I have come up with my name. Bhakti Light is devotional love for God. Wow. And so, whatever form you choose, because God is in everyone and everything.
I agree. You know, there's a scripture that says, out of the abundance of the heart, or out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart speaks. And so when we consider, you know, and I think you were watching last night a post that I was doing, and we were talking about not only being open and honest in relations to where we were in our hearts with God, but also with ourselves. Tell me the difference, because when we hear yoga, what's an igniter?
Igniter is me.
Okay.
Igniter is someone, my view of igniter is I ignite within me. So I light up my own world. Okay. And by me lighting up my own world, people around me automatically light up as well. And we all are made of light. We all are made of energy, and we're ever expanding beings of light.
Now, you remind me of a guest that I had on yesterday, Nicola Ulrich. You all just have that same, you know, just not just light, because it shows and shines, and I think we all have our way. But I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm, and then I also love just how you not just into what you do, but you actually communicate so that people can have an understanding of what you do. And I'm always, you know, amazed and actually encouraged when I see business owners, you know, going the extra mile to not only learn their brand, their product, but they are effective in how they communicate or translate what it is, so that no matter who it is can get a greater understanding. What made you embark upon this type of journey?
It actually started as a whim. My actual Bhakti Light business. Going on about 8 years ago, I started a chakra series, and it was just for a group of my yoga students. I said, oh, let's see where this goes. And it ended up turning out so amazing that I continued to do it, and every year it's expanded. So at the end of each year, I teach a chakra series, and it's literally feeding and nourishing all of our chakras. So it's not just yoga. I incorporate our essential oils. Mm-hmm. I incorporate our different bijan mantras, our sound tones that help to tone and align with our chakras, and different asanas, which is a postural yoga pose. Mm-hmm. And of course, I even prepare food. So I give 133% of myself, and each year it expands. As I expand, so do my classes.
So you have a vast array, and actually, can you hand me your, because I want them to see how how Bhakti was actually birthed. And you know, for me, when I hear people and I get them here, and I often tell them, you know, they say I'm nervous, and I said, but we're going to just talk about your passion. We're going to talk about your love, and that is easy.
Yes.
You know, and I see people light up. I get to see what wakes them up in the morning and puts them to bed at night. I get to see what motivates them and what really speaks to them. And so I just love this platform. But I want you, because for a lot of people who hear certain things mentioned, you've already communicated what Bhakti Light means, but what is chakras?
Chakras are energy centers that are located in our subtle body, and at each point there's actually bundles of nerves. And when we have a chakra out of an alignment, sometimes physical symptoms can show up. And represented with all our colors of the rainbow, there's actually more than 7 chakras. In mainstream, there's 7 chakras. Matter of fact, there's 7 chakras, and those 7 chakras have 7 chakras, and they're energy centers within our own body.
You know, here's something that I think, because you mentioned it, God is in all and in us all.
Yes.
And if we're not careful, and I even said this yesterday with Ms. Nicola, that people shy away from what they don't understand. People have the tendency to create a box, not only for themselves but for others. And we have the tendency in our zeal. Romans 10 talks about having a zeal but not according to knowledge, and it's in reference to how the gospel gets communicated. But I think being in this position in relation to not just my belief, but being able to embrace, just different beliefs, different types of practices. And I think one of the things we miss as a culture and as a people altogether is that we don't value other people's decisions and opinions and choices, but also allowing someone to introduce you to their journey, and we miss it because we literally become not only tunnel vision, but we create these boxes. And so I'm always intrigued. But I want to show you all how Bhakti Light, because she's an artist too. Listen, I told you she does it all. So this is how, what made you start just drawing and then going from there?
So at the end of the year, ever since a young child, I love giving presents. I love giving gifts. And so at the end of the series, when people would take the full series with me, I would make them a gift. The first year I made them all eye pillows. And then the second year, as I was teaching, because I spend 1 week on each chakra, and as I was investing in my chakras, I would draw each of them in my own vision. So my husband actually calls it my heart art, because it's channeled directly through my heart and through my love. And then I gave him all chakra boxes, and they were little cigar boxes repurposed. And everyone, including my mom, my dad, my husband, my brother and sister, everyone received a chakra box for Christmas that year, because it's around Christmas time as well. And then I had a friend who shared with me, I just showed her my boxes, and she goes, those would be really awesome on t-shirts. And I'm like, And at the time, my almost 5-year-old was just a baby, and I said, that would be really awesome to have more conscious baby clothes. So what I did is I did women's shirts, so I could wear my own design, and I did baby onesies.
Wow.
And then my husband's like, well, what about men? And so then I started printing men's shirts. Now I have vinyl decal stickers, just anything I can print my chakras on. Because what it represents for me is we're all colors of the rainbow. Matter of fact, my 7-year-old, she said it perfectly a few years ago. I was putting my clothes away, and I have a lot of my own chakra clothing because I enjoy wearing it. That's why I created
Good
it.
advertisement too. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm free advertisement. And when I was putting it away, she goes, Mommy, why do you have so much chakra clothes? And I said, baby, they're Mommy's creations, and I enjoy wearing them. She goes, is that because you're created from rainbows?
Wow.
And that's perfectly, we're all created from rainbows. Every color is within our own selves.
You know, hearing you make mention of the rainbow, we know that it was the very sign that God put in place for Noah and for humanity, that he would not flood the earth. And so it was just covenant, and covenant has to do with an agreement. And for me, I'm always about communicating the relationship that God has afforded us to have, and it's tied to not just our love, but our faith, and then our overall ability to walk in forgiveness, but ultimately in purpose. And you're doing that. You're in your purpose, and you are aiding others come into an understanding in relations to what they may not know. But just your overall influence, and then seeing all the different things. I'm like, she was gonna bring she was gonna bring some singing bowls, y'all. Look, she had some singing bowls. We didn't have room for that. But as a matter of fact, I think I can get up just a little bit, and somewhere I'm gonna try to show you. She brought yoga mats. Listen, she was ready. She was ready. So I want you all to know that when you have a business and you have a zeal and you have a tenacity, and it's I tell people, when we talk about the heart of each individual, there are things that God places in our hearts, and he places this in our spirit. He brings things to our mind, and we oftentimes move away from it because we either don't understand it or it doesn't make sense. And so I'm glad that you're creating, and you are educating, and you're inspiring, you're being a life coach, all the things that you're doing, and it's from your heart, and these are things that motivate you. I said to someone just recently, if it doesn't make your heart sing, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it, because when we identify with what our passion is, and that becomes our purpose, and that becomes our drive, and our peace is tied to that. And so it's a good thing to just literally have this platform to share with you, and knowing how you are in relations to how you feel about just helping others, and just your overall craft. How did you get involved into yoga?
Since my mother's womb, my mom was a yoga instructor.
Wow.
In
Okay.
1975. She studied under Swami Satchidananda. So I actually grew up in a yoga family. And so one day my mom says, well, why don't you teach yoga? And I go, ooh, teach yoga. I enjoy taking it, but teaching it, that's a whole new level. And I taught my first class and found I really enjoyed it. And so I furthered my studies and my passion. And at first, when I started teaching, I was like a little bit of a cookie cutter of my mom.
Okay.
And now I still have her great influence within me, and I also have my own gifts that I bring.
I want to know, because I've seen people do yoga, but I want to know. I know each pose means something, and I really want to. I'm coming over to your place. That's what I'm going to do. You all get ready. I'm gonna go over to Bhakti Light and take a yoga class and see what all the different positions mean. We're gonna set a date, but I need you to do me a favor. I need you to share, Facebook, Instagram, phone number. How can they get in contact with you? And any classes that you may want to make mention that you have coming up, and that way people can not only follow you but get in contact with you and learn a little bit more.
Yes. I have my Facebook and I have Instagram. I'm more versed with Facebook. I'm still discovering Instagram a bit. Social media has been a stepping stone for me. And my website also has, and I choose to integrate more with my yoga, because before it was more about my yoga and nothing about my products, and now it's all about my products and finding my balance.
We're going to find some balance.
Yes. So I'm finding my support with my website. And I also, one thing I've been, it's bhaktilight.com, and it's BHAKTILIGHT.com.
There we go. All right.
Yes, and one thing I will be offering as well, which have been very amazing, are my yoga nidras. And that's actually, I have one tomorrow if you choose to come.
Okay.
The one tomorrow is I move forward and I receive with ease. My next one I already have because my yoga nidras I name so we can claim.
Okay.
And my next one is my joy is my key and my harmony.
Okay.
And I realize when I'm in my joy, that's when I'm in my great self, my God self, where I get to create and be versus my doing self, because it's easy to before get in my doing self, and then I remind myself to slow down and be, because that's where our true gift is, our presence.
Is there a phone number?
Yes. I have my phone number, and it's 832-628-5606. And the fastest way of my communication is text message. I do receive emails as well, which is Janaki, Janaki, at Bhakti Light, BHAKTILIGHT.com. And they can either email me or text, even call, and they can come. On my Facebook page, I usually post my events, because I've gone to Houston a few times, and I have some other exciting things that I choose to keep in silence until it.
Well, listen,
manifests.
this is today's entrepreneur. I'm your host, Orlando Daniels. Listen, all of this information will be not only on my page, on her page, but on KNLY 91.1, the boss's page. And I have a new fan page, and I encourage you to follow it, because all the information, all the events, everything that's happening in the city is going to be there. So you may want to stay connected, and then most importantly, follow her and find out what she's doing in the city. There's one thing I want to be able to mention real quick. She does something for yoga for vertigo, and class is free, correct?
Oh yes. I teach for the MS Society.
Yes.
So anyone with MS, it's actually located at the Shadow Bend YMCA. It's not through the YMCA, so if you call, they may. What are you talking about? You can contact me and get more information.
Please, please, anyone with MS, vertigo, listen, connect, all the information on our page. And once again, we want to thank you. We're making way for Cachet. You all stay tuned to KNLY 91.1 The Boss. I'm your host, Orlando Daniels. You all make it a great day. Blessings.